Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Kava Queen, and today on Tanoa Talks, we got Sam, and Sam's based out of the Bay Area. He's a Kava hustler and a great friend in person. And
Hey, how's
so,
it going?
welcome. Yeah, tell me what you do with Kava, Sam.
So, I'm more of a Kava trader. So, I trade Kava for, of course, business wise, but I trade Kava in means of giving out Kava history and then kind of trading it with just knowledge and history of Kava. So I don't just buy and sell. I also kind of introduce Kava, right? And I
Yeah,
also partake in different Kavas that you find in different circles. So it's not just a Polynesian circle, but like Kava throughout anywhere. You have a Kava bar down the street, let's check it out, you know?
yeah, I love that. What kind of people do you sell Kava to? Like,
So
like mostly Polynesian in your experience, or is it just all kinds of people from different walks of life?
now because of the internet and now because of social media, I kind of have half and half. So I got I got like ex cops. I get like lawyers, you know, and
Uh-huh.
people from all walks of life. I mean, it's just not Polynesian. I think because of like podcasts and because of like Instagram and more widespread, the message of Kava is kind of like going almost like how Polynesia used to go back in the day, right? From island to island, the
Uh-huh. It's
word
like
of Kava is
spreading.
doing
Yeah,
doing the same
everybody
thing.
knows about it.
I mean, thousands and thousands of years later, right? Here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love your Instagram.
Oh,
It always makes me laugh. It always makes me smile. I feel like when you sell kava, you do it out of like a comedic, like you make fun, like
right.
it's fun for you. It's enjoyable. Do you enjoy selling kava?
I do, and I think it's Kava is probably like it's very ancient because all our Polynesian cultures are ancient, but it's fresh and brand new to me.
Hmm.
You know, I still see myself as a newbie to Kava. You
Yeah.
know,
So when did you start? How long has it
I've been like
been?
about 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay.
I started getting involved. But as a young Polynesian, I've adapted. I grew up in the West. I'm from California, lived in Hawaii. It's always been around, but our Polynesian culture is kind of second, I want to say,
Hmm.
to
That makes
to
sense.
in our immediate bringing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're not like, hey, pass the kava. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
At least not for me. I know many others are pros, and there's everybody that's been out there drinking it. But for myself, I'm like, I don't drink that nasty looking muddy water, right? It's like, are you kidding me?
Do you feel more connected with the culture now that you've kind of integrated yourself into kava drinking? Do you feel more connected to your roots?
100%. 100%. I mean, I'm I'm like head over heels into the history and to the culture, right? And I
Yeah.
think it's such an experience that not only one if you like are Pacific or native blood, but I'm saying worldwide. So if you're not a Pacific blood and you partake of kava, kava is going to make you dig deep into your own personal history, you
Definitely.
know. So I think it's something that unifies us, not makes us different, you know.
Yeah, I really like that because kava
Yeah.
kind of like takes away your ego, just makes you relax. It's all about just chilling. And I think that's why so many people outside of the Polynesian community are attracted to kava because of its health benefits and how it kind of changes your persona every day.
Yeah, and like the digger, the more deep I dig into Kava history, I find out that because it's so ancient, there's stories of old pirates, you know, of old tales of captains trading their treasure because Kava gives you a euphoric feeling. So they were
Oh,
burying treasure because they wanted to get this euphoric feeling that they got because of Kava. So we're kind of all we're doing is digging up what people were doing for so long.
I really like that.
And
Do
so
you
I think, yes, but
do you think that more Polynesian people should drink kava and kind of experience that?
I do.
People in California, everybody's, we kind of hood.
No. Oh yeah,
so
yeah. Out here, you got the liquor store down the street, and shout out to Megan Thee Stallion and everybody. But I think with Gava's not really an alcohol, so there's no intoxication as far as I'm incoherent.
Exactly. I really like that about it.
With Kava, you have I would say to people, you have the third eye.
Yeah.
You get into heavy conversations, like not heavy, but just deeper levels of intimacy, I want to say, when you converse with people.
Yeah. And like when you drink the Kava, it really feels it.
Right. It's just like the word we have in the English language is euphoric, but euphoria doesn't really tie when it comes down to when Islanders say your family, they mean it.
Yeah.
And when you have Kava with someone, you tend to mean what you say and say what you mean. And you're building a bond as you go. So let me say it like this. Like an island coconut mat that you see that's been weaved. The more we talk, the more we're weaving together our relationship.
Yeah. So
it's a stronger bond, I guess, when you have Kava with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we drinking and we're just like wasted, and then tomorrow morning we're like, the hell, I'm with this dude and talking to so and so, all these regrets. With Kava, there's no regrets.
Exactly. I really like that. Yeah. Do you want to drink a bowl?
Hey. Bula.
Bula. Yeah, so we were talking about how Kava is kind of spreading outside of the Polynesian community. How do you feel about outsiders opening all these businesses? Because as we know, like in California, Florida, Kava bars everywhere. What's your opinions on people starting up Kava businesses?
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm not one to say that people can't use Kava in any way, shape, or form that they like or that they express themselves. I'm okay. But I also would like to help people kind of get the sense of what the message Kava is about.
Yeah. So like they can sell it, but there's like a big cultural meaning behind this too. But I think like you come from a perspective that's like, Kava is all about love. Anyone can use it for whatever.
Totally. And I think it's simpler. So the ancestors had a simple mind around it, right? Is that when we partake, you and I are the same. Like shout out to Wakanavu and Simone and them. Simone says when you're sitting down to have Kava, you're meeting someone face to face, so no one's greater than one.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the essence of the message of Kava that I would like to put out there to people is whenever you're sharing with somebody, it's caring. Don't let your Kava don't care, right? Like alcohol doesn't care.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, I mean, I love champagne or whatever, wine is good. I'm just saying every drop of Kava, someone took care of that plant.
Yeah. That's definitely true. There's a lot of like work to get Kava to you. So
right. And that work is going to come out when you and I work together by treating each other with respect.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the essence of Kava. When I'm respectful, when this is presented, let it be presented in a respectful manner.
I really like that.
No one is taken out of context. And if I'm going to show you love, I'm going to show you 100% love.
Yeah. And it's really like genuine when you drink Kava, which is like what people love is that you're just so relaxed. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man. You're having a good time, right?
Exactly. I really like that. And so you mentioned like growing up in California. Do you think Kava should be more like prominent in our Polynesian communities with the youth?
I think so. I say why not, right? it just everything our ancestors did was around Kava.
Yeah.
So we tend to talk about our ancestors being seafarers and the stars and stuff, but in the Kava it says the history of our people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so there is something called the Kumete of Maui, or the Kava Bowl of Maui.
Uh-huh.
And the Kava Bowl of Maui, it tells you where the equator is, where the constellations is, like Cancer and Capricorn. Yeah, so I'm really digging deep into Kava, saying to us as Pacifica kids, right, or family, and to the world, that the Kava Bowl was used to read the stars. It was a
Wow,
compass.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the way the stars were lined up according to your Kava Bowl showed you which side. You know how you had your little voyaging canoe. It shows you which side the shorter side should be on.
Yeah.
And then when's a good time to go? When is it a long night? When is it a short night?
Wow.
See, we
I had
getting
no
deep
idea.
because and to us, we're like, oh yeah, Kava's this euphoric drink, woo woo woo. And our ancestors are saying, no, that's like your DNA is in the Kava.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Your
I had
history.
no idea. I'm not gonna look at a bowl the same now. That's so cool.
Yeah, so and this goes back to our belief in, the gods, Maui and Tangaloa and whatever. But what I try to express is, because a lot of islanders, they get all defensive when you say that, we're very spiritual or religious.
Uh-huh.
But it's because prior to colonization, we already had prayers and beliefs.
Yeah.
We had our own gods.
Yeah.
So we were praying for thousands and thousands and thousands of years prior to Christianity.
Exactly. It's such a sad thing to see, kind of, from my perspective, just how culture can be erased when religion was brought to us in Pacifica, because specifically kava drinking, just basically got annihilated. They were like, this is disgusting, so do you feel like you're bringing like culture back when you are promoting kava and educating people on it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's like, I'm bringing back your DNA, I'm bringing back your history, I'm changing the world view, Like, a lot of people think that us Polynesians came from Southeast Asia. I don't think so. I don't believe that.
Yeah, me neither.
Because we're Polynesian,
Yeah, we're like our own DNA, like we are our own thing.
But we are closer to Native Americans than we are Southeast Asian.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah, look at this. We are closer to the Americas than we are to Southeast Asia.
Wow.
See, that'll blow your mind. And that's how far Kava has taken me down on this, this journey of, if you look at the Incas and the Mayans, they're closer culture to us Polynesians.
Wow, I did not know that. But that makes a lot of sense, actually.
But look, we get piercings, we get tattoos, so do they.
So do they.
You get what I'm saying? You're seeing the tattoos and the piercings from the Mayans and the Incans. That's the same. I was with a friend of mine, and he's a Salvadorian. Took him to a function, and he saw one of my nieces, and he's all like, "Bro, that's a Mayan face. That little girl has a Mayan. Her face is on one of the tombs." I'm like, I don't know how to say, man. I don't know what to say.
I love that.
I said the world is much smaller than we think,
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
But that's the funny stuff.
You ready for another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is some fire. I got this from Wakanavu.
I'm drinking some Wakanavu as well.
There you go. Shout out to Simone and Wakanavu.
Yes, Bula.
Bula.
Feel about different kava strains. You know how you get like Waka, Fiji. What's your favorite?
My favorite at the moment, I would have to say, is the Wakanavu has this Savu Savu. It's a Waka, but it's from the region of Savu Savu. And that stuff's that's like my baby right now, That stuff's just like
that one.
Oh, it's strong. And I like Tanoa Kava, you know, I like Tanoa Kava too.
I do
But
too.
you know, I'm falling in love with, you know, that kind of waka. It was like a light, creamy waka.
Yeah. See, the light kavas are my favorite.
Yeah.
So good. And when
Those
you
are
sell,
dope.
do you kind of like describe the different strains? Because, you know, as you know, strains do different things, and some can be better for like being awake, conversation, and some are better to like put you out for your muscles. So when you sell kava, do you like really explain that to people, or are people ever curious?
I do it kind of the coffee way. I go,
Uh-huh.
here's a darker kind of roast. Here's kind of like a lighter. You know what I mean? And then I
Yeah, I
go,
love
here's a blend. You know what I mean? I go,
that.
here's a
Uh-huh.
blend of dark and light or dark and medium. And you know, I mean, until you taste it, then you can tell.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Until
a
you
lot
like
of people,
experience kava a lot, then you're like, oh, that tastes like so and so, or
and then what I've noticed too is, I don't know if you have had this before, but whatever people taste and like first, that's kind of what they want all the time.
what they
You
stick with.
know, right? Whatever you're introduced with, that's kind of your GABA taste or GABA memory.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Over time, I've definitely like opened my taste buds, so I'll drink whatever now.
yeah, no, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I think all GABA is worth tasting. You know what I mean?
it is. It's so interesting how there's so many different varieties too, you know, like all kinds.
You'll find one you like. You know,
Exactly. Just like coffee. That's like the perfect description.
that's it. I'm telling people, I'm like, you might not like the GABA I make, but you might like another GABA.
Uh-huh. Or you
And
might
that
like
kind of brings me up to this point of like, GABA needs to be a community.
uh-huh.
You know, I like everybody doing their own thing. Look, here's the alu bottle from GABA Fight, right?
Yeah.
But I think if GABA becomes a community, it almost offsets alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have alcohol, but I'm saying the competitiveness of alcohol. You know, I
Yeah,
think
because they're constantly in competition, and
exactly.
so you
To
feel
me,
like kava is better if we all work together, even though
exactly, as a community, that way you could kind of preach its message of
yeah.
love and relaxing and acceptance and chill out, and you know what I mean. Not the my kava is better than everybody's kava. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I really like that.
Yeah, because it's just too much kava out there that people like are just trying to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's the business side that's good, but the quick buck, that's kind of, to me, our ancestors wasn't in it to make a quick buck.
Mm-hmm.
They were in it because the culture and the respect that it has significance in our relationships.
Yeah, I really like that.
And that's how I feel.
Do you feel like a lot of kava businesses compete these days, or do you feel like it's because from I know we have a really good kava community, you know, from our
Right.
Zoom calls, you know, we got all kinds of people we know now and we've had conversations with, and that's been amazing. But just like from your perspective, do you feel like it's competitive, or it could be
I
less competitive, or
I don't. I just speak for myself. I won't
uh-huh.
speak for everyone else. But I feel like there just could be. There has to be a place where we're all Gava people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're all equal.
Yeah, I
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
Uh-huh.
And I'm just
You're not,
saying that's what sets Gava apart. Like, how can we all be Gava people and we're not equal
yeah, or if we're like
somewhere?
competing, or
Yeah, and I'm just like, just we could help each other out. We could help elevate its message and get it to a platform that it needs to be
mm-hmm.
with the community wise. I just don't like the Lone Ranger approach that people do. It's kind of
Yeah, I don't really
like
like that.
Kava's a drug, you know what I mean? It's like I got Kava,
Hi.
it's like, yeah, makes it kind of weird.
Uh-huh.
Like,
And also, like, I think when as a kava business, if you do based off connections, you're gonna have like a lot more support, and you're gonna have like a lot more genuine like persona behind your business, which is definitely what
absolutely.
you are so genuine, Sam. You're like always down to earth, always just like, this is what Kava's about, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm telling you, I love what you do.
Well, appreciate it. You give people platforms to, just share how Kava is kind of like Kava kind of changes your own world. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I feel it.
All different too, everybody's different, which is like what we said. Like Kava's like the bringer together. It just doesn't matter. Like you are just who you are.
And it gives you a voice, Kava,
Mhm.
the Kava circle, it gives you a place. There's no table, but the invisible table, right? You have a seat at the invisible table, and it gives you a voice. So if
Uh-huh.
you're at the Kava circle, you have a voice just as the other guy has a voice, just as the other person, and so do I, and so do you. And we all could. So here's another interesting fact. The word Tanoa, right, is an ancient Polynesian. It's two words, right?
Uh-huh.
Tanoa was from the oar when you're rowing the canoe.
Okay.
So that's ta, right? So it's almost like tattoo, like ta when you're tatting.
Yeah.
And the Noah, it comes from old Polynesian, like hide and go seek games, but with your hands. The ones where you go, guess what's in this hand? Guess
Yeah.
what's in that hand? So that's a Noah. So a Noah would be you guessing the secret, right?
Uh-huh.
So the Ta Noah means that at the Kava circle or at the Kava bowl, no one in Polynesian culture is rude to ask someone a direct question about something.
Uh-huh.
Like about what their family is known for, or what recipe, or what secret. In
Yeah.
Polynesian culture, it's very taboo to ask someone straight. So at the Kava circle or the Kava bowl, what you learn is to kind of learn how to talk. So
Yeah.
when we all talk, and then when everyone's feeling good off the Kava, you share a secret with us.
Oh, I
So
love
everybody at the circle in the throws a secret into the Tanoa. So you talk
Whoa.
because eventually you'll just give me your secret in the Kava bowl.
What? That's so cool.
Right? And then that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is what we're doing right now, is sharing secrets. We're
Uh-huh.
having Kava right now,
Uh-huh.
but we're showing each other the humility. Instead of me just asking you blah, 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 how you feel, then now I'm finding it out. As we talk, you're just going to share it.
Uh-huh. I love that. That's so cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yes, I love that. Gee.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Bula.
Bula.
And I'm all for it, man. Everybody drink kava. I don't care who you are. Cat, dog, drink some kava.
My cat drinks kava. He was just up here.
There you go.
Yeah. Whew. Well, Sam, I think that was about 30 minutes.
Hey.
That was so fun.
That's the fastest 30 minutes ever.
I know, right? I'm trying to think of more questions, or if I have any questions. I think we covered everything I wanted to ask, though.
Yeah. I mean,
this is my first time doing this.
That's great. I think you should keep it up, and
Yeah, I'm gonna have Poe, and I don't know if you know her. She stays in Utah. She's the owner of Square Roots.
No, I've heard of her though. She's cool, right?
Yeah, she's super cool. So
she's funny too.
I can already tell she's funny.
You see all her posts, I'm like laughing.
Right? Oh, it's all here with you too. Well, should we do a farewell, Bula?
Yeah, do a farewell.
Ready? I'm filling mine to the top.
Yeah, everybody's Simone put out that next week, so I was like, all right, yeah, I want to see everybody again.
Right, same. I hope I'm not working because I'm off this week, but I'm working next week.
Don't worry, we'll catch up with you anyway. Make another Zoom.
Yes.